always wanted to do photography, but I'm self-taught, so I've read books and books and books on art and different things, and all of that study has transferred into composition and lighting, texture. When I take my own photographs, I incorporate that. I think it was my first time really thinking about doing a project like home and community. What does that mean? And I was walking around, everything's slashy and gray. I'm like, how am I gonna make anything look nice? And I just had no idea how community and home was going to translate into film, because the mood in Broadway can be low, in February especially. Mucky, icky, yucky stuff all over the place that makes you feel sad. Makes me feel sad, I'm sorry. And so I was just like, how am I ever gonna find anything? And so I went around and I just went to stuff that was visually interesting for me, textures and lines, and then it finally just happened, you know. I just allowed things to draw me in. When I did a portrait of a lady, Ziva, who is a cook, I went in, I said, just ignore me, just let the photos. I don't like post images, I like natural, I like it to capture people in the moment doing what they're doing. And there's a beautiful image of Ziva in the kitchen, and she's, you know, and you can tell that it's a woman working in the kitchen, and it brings me, like, it's a very modern one, but there's been images of women in the kitchen cooking for centuries. I wanted my focal point to be the two people walking in the distance. I changed my setting on my camera to sepia, which is a softer brownish, not quite white, black and white, but it softens everything. And I find that everything's so harsh with the snow, and the trees are very dark, and I wanted to portray something warmer, and so I used the setting on the camera. And I know that the focal point, if you put people in anywhere in a picture, that's where your eye will be drawn to. The people in the distance walking, and the cars are softened, and it sort of makes it seem like it's a picture from a long time ago. So this street is Langside, and right at the end of Langside is Eastgate, and I grew up at 6 Eastgate. I would walk by Langside, and 15 years ago, it was a very different street. It felt very unsafe. There were a lot of people that were dying and that were being pulled out of houses. I remember seeing that on several different occasions, and I just didn't feel comfortable walking down it. And you knew that if you were a young girl and you were walking down it, that you could easily get jumped, but for no reason. So I just avoided that. They did a campaign a while back, maybe about 10 years ago or so, where they renovated the houses, and I guess there were slumlords there, and they kicked all those people out. I think that's good and bad, because when that happens, a lot of the lower income people have to be moved, and so double-edged sword there. But on the upside, they renovated, and so families moved in, and the area became a lot seemed safer and brighter, and it's continuing to feel more like a community. And I enjoy walking down these streets because I've walked down them since I was 7 years old. That's when we moved into that house, and I went to Gordon Bell, so I walked up and down these streets all my life. So when I was asked to take these pictures about home and community, it was really true for me because this is where I grew up.